We are officially live talking some football. Apologies for not putting out a video this week. Got caught up with some real life stuff. Let me tweet this out so you frauds can check it out. Uh, got 12 people in here. Can I even see the live chat? I don't think I can. This is gonna be a mess. This is such a technical disaster. Unless nobody's typing in the chat. And in that case, that's just sad for me. Okay, people are typing in the chat. How do I even see this fucking chat? This is gonna be a terrible. Okay, cancel. I can't even see the chat. BB God becomes FB God in a matter of minutes. What can't he do? All right, I gotta figure out how to see this chat. I am terrible at live streaming. If I refresh this page, is it gonna fuck up the stream? Let's see. Okay, I can't reload the stream. All right, I'm gonna have to be. Okay, I know you can hear me. Is it like clear though? Because it's definitely coming through my computer, which I don't want to happen. Before I answer questions, I need to get all this set up. Cancel. Sounds great. Clear. Tell me if you can hear this though. If you can hear that banging, that means it's coming through my computer, which I don't want to happen. What do you mean, let's go while we waiting? Changes saved. Didn't hear that. Okay, Justin Stone. Sounds good then. I can't see the chat, so I got to read it on my phone. All right, you guys can ask away. Do whatever you want. You can hear my fraudulent opinions if you really want to. I assure you, it won't be backed by science or data. That's the best way to do it. Did you see my dunk in group me chat in Filet? Probably. I probably did. I don't believe it. How many trades in round one? I would put the over under at 1.5. I think the Eagles would probably trade again. Probably the Dolphins too. Austin Eckler, Dynasty value. He's like my RB 17, 18, around like Miles Sanders and those bums. Wow, what an honor. No problem, Avocado. If I could see this live chat on my computer, shit would be different. I swear to God, it'd be different. Pop out chat. How do I do this? Okay, I can see the chat now. There's like a fucking ninja on the side of my screen. I don't know what's going on, YouTube. If you were Chargers GM, would you trade Justin Herbert for Trevor Lawrence straight up? No, I wouldn't. I have too much tie to that motherfucker. Justin Stone, do you see the video of Rashad Bateman posterizing kids in high school? Here's the thing. If you're going to be a professional athlete, especially a wide receiver, you are more athletic than like 99% of the NBA. I would go out and say 99.9% of NFL wide receivers could dunk easily. Like Cole Beasley can do between the legs dunks. They're just so much more explosive. Godwin or 104 in a super flex. Give me the 104. Over under Packers drafting 1.5 receivers. I'll take the over, but only starting in round 5. So I think they'll take like nobody in rounds 1 through 3. Can this live chat just please work for me? Por favor. Does ATL take a quarterback or Pitts at 4? Honestly, it's looking like Pitts right now. I want to see Nick's reaction when that happens. If Bengals draft Chase, does it kill Boyd's value? No, I don't think so. I don't think it like kills his value. I think it helps Joe Burrow more than anything else, though. Who's your guy outside the top 6 rookie wide receivers? Depends who you put in the top 6, because my guy will probably be in my top 6. It's probably going to be Tylan Wallace or Elijah Moore. Grows his hair out as long as Nick Foles as Arizona. I don't know what that means. I don't remember Nick Foles at Arizona. I think Herbert said he's gonna grow it out. He says he cuts it every year and then he grows it out for the season. Eagles coach likes to play rock, paper, scissors to evaluate prospects' competitiveness. That's probably the smartest way to do it because whatever they did with Jalen Reagor last year didn't work. Do you think Pitts is gonna be the real deal? No, I think it's gonna be the fake negotiation. Best landing spots for Devonta Smith fantasy wise. I'm terrible at this. Whenever people ask like where do you think a player should land, my brain just goes haywire. I like think of all the NFL teams and then like I don't pinpoint one of them. So what I'm going to do is pull up a list of teams. I would like Green Bay. I think Green Bay would be good for him. I think let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Man, maybe Washington alongside Terry McLaurin would be pretty dope. Listen, I think he's a good player, and I think he'll be good on many teams. But if you want like the perfect fit, I think like a wide receiver 1B role would be where he could thrive in. I think Tennessee would be dope too. I'll leave it at that. Those 3 teams would be where I'd like to see him go. Ridley or 106. Give me Calvin Ridley. Tight end sleepers worth taking a flyer on. Rookies, no. I hate all of them other than Kyle Pitts. I haven't looked too much at Pat Fryermuth. I assume he's like mediocre. Tight end sleepers beyond that, maybe Hayden Hurst, but it looks like the Hawks or the Falcons are going to take Kyle Pitts. So that could be tough. Where do you think Bateman's best fit in the NFL is? I think very similar to what I just said with Smith, like a 1B role would be good. I think Tennessee would be cool. Honestly, like the Chargers don't seem like a bad fit. He could be somebody who eventually moves into the slot like Keenan Allen does while playing on the outside early on. I think hopefully not the Ravens. I think the Bills would be pretty tough for him. I don't know. I feel like he's pretty versatile where he could play basically anywhere. If Bengals draft Chase, Burrow will end the season in a coffin. Might be right. Wallace, hell yeah, I think he's so underrated. Yeah, he tested out terrible athletically. But honestly, I don't give a shit sometimes. In a Superflex non-PPR, how many wide receivers are you taking before the 4th running back? All of them. I think outside the top 2 running backs, maybe 3. Like the 4th running back shouldn't be touched before like the 12th wide receivers off the board, in my humble opinion. That's where I'm at. You ever win a fantasy league, or is this advice buns? Tweet at Scott and ask him if I want a fantasy league. He'll let you know. Where's your tier breaks? For running backs, Najee's in the tier of his own, then ETN in a tier of his own, then Javonte in a tier of his own. And then there's a huge tier of guys I don't really care about, and that's basically the rest of the class. Wide receivers, I got Bateman and Chase in my first tier. And then I have Waddle, Devonta Smith. Do I have anybody else? Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably leave it there. And then like Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Tylen Wallace in that next tier. Had no idea y'all got your own channel. Mazel tov. Hope all is well with you. Chargers might make the playoffs this year too. Will, you always tell me you love me, and then you don't even know I got a channel. That's crazy. I got an NBA channel too. You can follow that, but I'm not going to plug that here. Damian Harris ceiling this year. RB what? Ceiling like RB 16 because he's on the Patriots. I actually did a video about him not too long ago, and probably like 2 months ago. You think Chase makes it to pick 104 in a 1 quarterback league? No. Probably going off the board at 102. 103 the latest with Najee and Kyle Pitts ahead of him. Don't reach for RB4. Don't be that guy taking Keyshawn Vaughn. Now, you were close. I think there might be a Y in there, but saw that video. It jacked me up. All right, chill out. At least you use that 2-letter word instead of a 3-letter word after jacked me. But yeah, a lot of things have changed. Actually, not much has changed. But maybe my skepticism has, because he's not in a good situation at all. Let's say Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback at the end of the rookie year. Who's number 2? Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is safe because he is probably the second best runner in the class and second or maybe debatably third best passer in the class. But like combining those two, like he's a better runner than Trevor Lawrence and like a worse thrower, but like a better runner and worse thrower than Zach Wilson, and then a little bit worse of a runner, but a better thrower than Trey Lance. So that's how I'm feeling. Dog in the back, yes, sir. She's always just like, can you see her? Probably not. Let me do this. Ugh. She's just chilling. What's good? Yeah, she's very needy. Too many women in my life needing me. But Dynasty starter Bateman in 7th round, is that good value? Yeah, I like that. I think like anything past round 6 is where you can start taking stabs at wide receivers not named Jamar Chase. A lot of people on Twitter saying they would trade back from 101 for a haul. What would it take for you to move back from that pick? Depends what you need. And it depends what pick you're getting. Justin, if you tell me what pick you can potentially get, like I would obviously do 101 for 102 and like fucking Dak Prescott, but like it depends what you can realistically land. Trey Lance looks like the actor playing Patrick Mahomes in a movie about Alex Smith. I don't know what to say to that. My brain low-key just got fried. Dynasty, best win now, buy low, pick up at each position. Quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. Running back, maybe Austin Eckler. A lot of people are off on him. Wide receiver, give me Brandon Cooks. And tight end, they all suck. I mean, just pay up for somebody. Or maybe go for Mark Andrews because people don't like him anymore. Hi, Noah. Hello, Blake. If the Dolphins don't end up investing in a running back early, would you prefer Gaskin over? No. Over Jacobs and Mixon? No. Maybe Jacobs, but still no. Definitely not. No one is trading up for that 101 because they all read the same Twitter we do. Yeah, Twitter's terrible. I hate Twitter. Browns over under right now is 10 wins. Can I smash the over? No. Don't smash the over. That shit's going to push, if anything. They're not winning 11 games. I'll tell you that right now. Will, who are you a fan of? I feel like you're a Ravens fan because you like Payne. I don't know, though. Where's Dimey Brown, your wide receiver rankings? Pretty low. I'm not a fan of Dimey Brown. I don't like what he brings to the table. What he brings to the table is like, I don't know, a spoon for soup. That's all he brings to the table. I just think that there's a lot more wide receivers in this class that are more versatile than him. I like Rashad Bateman over Devonta Smith. Grizzly Adams. Bateman for me is my wide receiver one. I'm foolish. I'm an idiot. I know it. But I like his game, and I like it a lot. And honestly, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about Jamar Chase because he's my wide receiver too. But I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling. Devonta Smith is my wide receiver 3, though. To be fair. I traded away all my 2021 picks in all my leagues. They got me ridiculously good vet value, and I'm all for it. Now, what you get for it? Because I feel like after what you do on Top Shot, your perception of value is a little bit skewed. Pats fan, we discussed this. You're from New England, but decided to rock with the Chargers, if I remember correctly. But Pats, yeah, I am from New England. I'm from Connecticut, and I'm a Chargers fan because I do not like Pats fans. Cam could get us to a wild card. You're a wild card for thinking that. Niles the sharp, yeah, I'm sure Niles super sharp. Do you house any purely developed? Oh, not really, no. But, like, that's not by me not wanting to, it's more so I didn't have the opportunity to do so because a lot of my teams are more like win now, and I didn't really go for Jordan Loves or Hurts, which kinda hurts. In my rookie drafts last year, what are you doing with Deshaun Watson in Dynasty? That's very hard to answer because I'm not a lawyer and I don't know what's going on. I mean, if you sell and nothing happens, you're fucked. If you don't sell and something happens, you're fucked. If you sell and something did happen, that's like the best case scenario, or you buy and something doesn't happen. But like, I don't know. I mean, when there was rumors about Andrew Luck, I sold him for like Baker Mayfield and DK Metcalf or something like that. And then he retired literally 2 weeks later. So I'd probably be selling just off of the rumors alone, but we'll see what happens. I'm just curious what quarterback the Pats pick up. Well, they don't have one on the roster right now, so anything would help. How long does Derrick Henry have left in Dynasty? What would you pay for him to win now? I think he has 3 years left on his deal. The guy's a fucking animal. I'm not going to bet against him. He murdered me 3 years in a row. So if I were to pay for him now, rookie pick wise, I'd be fine with like the 105 or lower. Thoughts and prayers, Clint? Are we talking Capella? Oh. Clint Jordan. I'm sitting on 5 Deshaun shares and I'm sweating. Now, what happened to all that good vet value we were getting? You just got like quarterbacks that are under the fucking gun right now. Niles just always out here making suspect plays and like patting himself on the back for it, which I'm here for. But if it were me, I would not be feeling that sort of way. You're not going to get Henry for less than 2 firsts, IMO? Probably not. But you can probably trade like the fucking 108 and 110 for him, and I would do that too. Kyle Pitts worth a 106 in a 1 quarterback league. Will, let me tell you like this. I would take him at 102 in a 1 quarterback league. So yes. King Henry or Miles Sanders? King Henry by a fucking mile. Miles Sanders is I don't know. Miles Sanders is like the epitome of a fantasy blue baller. You think he's gonna be good and he just sucks every year. Drafted all my Deshaun shares. Congratulations. You played yourself. Traded Damian Harris for Henry Ruggs. Thoughts? I think you made a trade that didn't matter too much. Where do you think Nick Chubb ranks in your dynasty running back rankings? I think he's my RB8. I think he's like right after Antonio Gibson. Thoughts on Amon-Ra St. Brown? I like him a lot. I know he tested out about as athletic as my grandmother. Rest in peace. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. It really depends a lot of this on draft capital, but his game alone, I think he could immediately step in and be a solid slot receiver because he's a good route runner, good hands. We saw this past year is really good in the red zone. And although he's not athletic, like you're not drafting him to be athletic. You're not drafting him to be a field stretcher. You know what you're taking when you draft him. If he gets day two capital as well, like the team knows what they're investing in. Jalen Hurts, you think he'll be a good quarterback? Good as in number 15 or better, aka above average. Well, above average would be 16 or better, right? Gotcha, Will. But yeah, I think so. With his rushing ability, for sure. In terms of real life, probably bang on average. But for fantasy, if he's average in real life, he'll probably be well above average in fantasy. Dobbins or Akers? Give me J.K. Dobbins very slightly. How do I feel about James Robinson? Feel like a broken record. Yeah, I'm buying him. Big fan. The only concern is like if they draft ETN in the top of the second round. I don't think that they will. Rank the top 5 rookie quarterbacks. Not even a please? Okay, whatever. I would go Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones for fantasy value. Logjam at tight end. Kelsey Goddard, Pitts. Who do I keep? Trade. I'm going to win out position. Low on roster space. Didn't expect Pitts to fall that far. I would trade Goddard. I have one Hurt share, and I'm not feeling too good about it. Niall, never. Your premonition is like not great, so I would feel good about it. Really old league, standard, non-PPR, keep 2. Barkley, Swift, Jacobs, Chubb. I'm leaning Barkley and Chubb. No, I would keep Barkley and Chubb. Swift wears me just because he's in Detroit. Avocado Jones, you are one comment away from being banned. Say that Daniel Jones will have an Allen-like breakout, and you will be banned. Hurts for the 110 before Wentz trade, and it doesn't feel great. Yeah, I'd probably prefer Wentz or Hurts there. 104, super flex. ETN or Chase, Lance or Wilson. I would go the quarterbacks there, whichever one you prefer between Lance or Wilson. Trade Kamara, Devonta for AJ Brown, JT 104. Who wins? You win. AJ Brown and Devonta Adams are in the same tier for me. If you want to win now, I would prefer Adams. If you want to be young, go AJ Brown. Same exact thing with Kamara, and then you get the 104 on top of it. So give me that. Would you feel better about Zach Wilson if he managed to fall in the draft and land somewhere other than the Jets? Saw a mock draft and he slid a bit. Well, if he landed in like San Francisco, yeah. If he landed in somehow like Carolina and they wanted him instead of Sam Darnold, yeah. But the Jets, it's such a fucking joke there. Who are the Niners taking? Probably Mac Jones, to be honest. Red pill or blue pill? Both. Trying to low-key flex. That's what I'm saying. Like, you won that trade. Damian Harris for 204. Yeah, give me the 204. Diggs and Carson or Godwin, 106. Give me Godwin in the 106. Because Diggs and Godwin, like Godwin's a little bit below Diggs, but I would prefer the 106 to Carson pretty heavily. MJ or Braun, give me Iguodala. LOL, I still have Rosen on some rosters. You might have Rosen on more rosters in one league than the NFL has Rosen on rosters in the real NFL, if that made any sort of sense. Didn't know how to word that whatsoever. Price for McLaurin in one quarterback league. I don't play one quarterback league, but if we're talking rookie picks, he would be like my number one receiver of the class. So like the 103, 104. Just because he's already established. How much would you pay for Tua in a 2-quarterback dynasty league? I don't think Tua is very good. I think his ceiling is like fucking Derek Carr, to be honest. So like late first at most, because it's a 2-quarterback league and not super flex because you have to start 2 quarterbacks every week, which you do in super flex anyways, but I would say late first. OBJ and Juju. Do those guys come back to potential top 15 fantasy receivers? Yeah, if you have a time machine and we go back to 2016, for sure. But if we're playing in the now, no, I don't think so. Do not think so whatsoever. Can I do this? Nice. Awesome. 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 How much? I already answered that. What are you doing with Gallup? Nothing. I, I like Michael Gallup's game. I do. But when you're like making plays based off of speculation and speculation alone, it's not going to work out for you a lot of the time. Thoughts on Baby Gronk? Honestly, I haven't watched too much of him, so I can't speak too highly or too lowly of him. I honestly don't really like looking too much into tight ends before they get drafted. Cam Akers or Aaron Jones? Give me Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is super high for me in my rankings. He might be my RB6 or something like that. Big fan of him. I'm a big fan of guys that finish top 5 back to back. So Terry McLaurin and 104 for AJ Brown in 2022 first. Do you have any idea where that 2022 first will be? I'll probably lean McLaurin right now. But if it's a high-end 2022 first, I would probably go AJ Brown side. By your estimation, who is most likely of the top 6 to 12 tight ends who can elevate themselves? Noah Fant probably, just because he's athletic. Or like if Mark Andrews falls into that range for you, then probably him. In a startup, if you're going for productive struggle, would you rather acquire 2022 firsts or 23 firsts? 2022 firsts, because picks that are closer to happening are always going to be more valuable, even if the class isn't as good. If that makes sense. Like you can sell a 2021 first or 2022 first, like a year from now for a 2023 first and like probably a 2023 third. So just get the 2022 firsts instead, unless you can get like 3 firsts instead of 2022 first. Jordan Love value in Superflex. Very little. I think that pick was just awful, and they're not going to ever do anything with him. Will, you're going to sell cards? Sell me cards. Sell cards to me for free. Najee or Aaron Jones? Give me Aaron Jones. T. Higgins the GOAT or what? Yeah, he's the GOAT. 2023 class is loaded at running back prospect-wise. Yeah, it is, but always remember these guys can redeclare. Guys come up out of nowhere. Guys fall off of a cliff. Like Chuba Hubbard was supposed to be a locked-in top 2 or 3 prospect in this year's class. Now he's like the RB9. So, I mean, good freshman seasons does speak highly of how good they are as players, but then again, like people fall off cliffs all the time. Saquon Gibson, Damian Harris, and don't ever call him Lombardi Lenny again. Should I use the first pick on an RB or still snag Chase? I'm leaning Chase. Well, it depends what your wide receivers are looking like, but I don't think you're deep enough at running back to really pass on a top-end running back. The Bengals draft Chase. Do you think it hurts Higgins or Boyd more? That's always hard to say. I think like of the two, it would probably hurt Boyd more. I don't think it's going to be great for either one of them. As I said before, it's probably best for Jamar Chase, and it's terrible for the Bengals because, I mean, it's the best for Joe Burrow, and it's probably terrible for the Bengals because Joe Burrow is just going to get hurt again without an offensive line. Brian Edwards, the man in LA now? Probably not. Joe Burrow came out of nowhere, so it's hard to predict draft classes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, sure, Tank Bigsby and these other guys are like, they look great, and I'm not saying that they're going to fall off a cliff. But even like a guy like Devonta Williams, nobody's talking about a year ago from now, and some rando could easily like prop themselves up over a guy like Bigsby in the next 2 years. You're a Bengals fan, they're going to do it. They're morons. That's why I feel the Chargers are probably going to take like Jalen Waddle too. Your receivers are doo-doo. You have the 106, 109, 202. Yeah, I would take ETN if you fell to the 106 and then use 109 and 202 for wide receivers. Or trade 109 for like a proven vet. Would you rather buy Rager or Ruggs? Rager. Definitely Jalen Rager. Henry Ruggs, he wasn't even good in college. So what does that say about his upside in the league? Who knows? Who knows? Not me. And it's humbling that you're listening to somebody who is as openly unknowledgeable as he is. Mixon for CEH and draft Terrace Marshall and Chase. It's crazy. Kellen Mond is like the quarterback too, according to Chris Sims. So it doesn't sound like a terrible deal. At Barkley, Akers, JT, Gibson, Swift. Who are you shipping? Me and Madison Beer. I wouldn't trade any of them. I would just hold on to them unless you get like a wild deal. Akers, Gibson, and Swift are like the same tier, and then JT and Barkley are the same tier. So if you can get an outsized return for one of those guys in the same tier, do it. If not, then hold on to it. How do you grow flow like that? Need help more than anything? Okay. Step one is what is it looking like? Step one is like don't ever cut it. Step two is when you want to cut it, don't cut it. Step three, surprisingly, is still don't cut it. Step four, convince your parents that you're not strung out on like different substances. And then step five, you get to this point. That's where I'm at. I went to a job interview like this and they're like, what is wrong with you? I said, nothing. I'm just living my life. You've been telling me to check out Kellen Mond? Guess what? Haven't listened. Don't plan on it either. Do not plan on it either. Oh, if he was talking about my flow on the rap video, I mean, I have no comments. No comments whatsoever. Not the rap video. Listen, I had to be talked into that very heavily. I did not want to release that. To be fair, I recorded the audio without listening to the instrumental, so I had to like kind of go off the top. It was more so for like the lyricism. Should have had some like I should just ghost written for somebody to actually produce it. Are guys like Zach Moss and Keyshawn Vaughn a lesson in not reaching for these running backs because of the landing spot? Yes, they are. Because fringe running backs don't matter. And when they suck, they suck. Never throw a duck. You think any of these other tight ends worth a glance? No, I am not a fan of Brevin Jordan, who a lot of people are fans of. They say that he's athletic, but he tested out objectively unathletic given his size. So no, I'm not really looking into anybody. Would you trade the 1-4 and 4-4 for 2-6 and 3-6? No, never. Things all changed when you went from headbands to dad hats. That's just the evolution. To be honest, it's just because I got a haircut and I can actually like wear a hat without it falling off now. Rookie tight ends. No, I wouldn't. Fire up the auto tune next time T-Pain. It would have been better. The rap video was not hilarious. I struggled posting that. Who in this upcoming draft are you higher on than consensus? Rashad Bateman, Elijah Moore, probably. Not Terrace Marshall. Tylan Wallace, Seth Williams. That's about it. Jessica Alba in the 102 for Kate Upton in the 106. Sha Swag, you trying to get me canceled? But give me the wait, Alba and the 102? Crazy value. 12-man, half PPR. Calvin Ridley and Trey Lance or Jamar Chase Lance in 205? Jamar Chase said. Ridley, DJ Moore, McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, and Juju as your receivers. I have the 7th pick. I'm going to have a tough time holding off on wide receiver. No, take wide receiver over Javonte Williams. Trust me. I'm a doctor. Just landed 112 in the upcoming rookie draft. Hopefully I get some solid value. I hope you do too, Jacob. Big prayers up for you. You have the 102 and a 1 quarterback PPR with offers of Alvin. Yeah, take Alvin Kamara over the 102. Thoughts on Kenny Golladay? What's his value in super flex? Middling wide receiver 2. Mid to late first round rookie pick. Thoughts on A-Rob? Dynasty Superflex, a little bit higher than Golladay. Mid first round pick. Is there still hope for Drew Lock? As a Mizzou fan, I really hope there is, but the future's not bright. The thing is, I never had hope for him. So the answer for me would be no. I'm going to be honest. I watched some more Elijah Moore tape, and we're gonna have a video releasing on him. Not gonna lie, he could be my wide receiver 3. Could be. Probably won't be, but could be. Drew Lock gotta have a stellar first half to have any chance. Not gonna happen. Drew Lock out here murdering my boy Judy. Whole lot of Drew Lock fans out here. Do you have Thailand ranked higher than Diami? Yes, much higher. Much, much higher. Where are you gonna watch the NFL draft? In a little city that they call Miami. Drew Lock, the next Bortles. Nah, Bortles was actually good for one point. Yeah, I kind of figured that. At least I still have Albert Okwuegbunam. Love that name. You had a ton of 2022 picks. Should I trade them for 2023 picks? If you don't plan on winning, then yes. Because I do think, from what I've heard, the 2023 class is better than 2022. But I also think that's a product of Twitter just like wanting to be first on a lot of things and being like, oh, 2022 sucks because 2023 is good. So then they can retweet themselves like, I don't know, 2 years later and act like they're smart. Montgomery in a 2022 first for the 106. Nah, I'd probably just keep Demont. Thoughts on Mims? I liked him. And then they signed Corey Davis, and now they're going to have Zach Wilson. So I'm not as high as I once was. Sold Mixon for Kenny G, so hopefully I don't get fleeced. That's all right. Say the 49ers take Fields or Lance. Yes. Yeah, I prefer both of them to Wilson as is. What's the deal on the Miami thing? Do one of you live there or are you retiring somewhere? No, none of us live there. Nick is in New York. I'm currently in Massachusetts. I'm from Connecticut. Animal is in New Jersey. And I don't know what I can and cannot say, but we will be in Miami for the NFL draft. Oh, renting. Yeah, I can't read. No, we're not technically renting. Somebody is renting. Yeah, Benny, I remember you said you were in Plymouth or something. I am tanking team. You keep C-Mac as a cornerstone? Am I crazy? I mean, if you're completely tanking, no, sell him for a bunch of picks. What kind of draft capital do you take for Hawkinson and Julio separately? Hawkinson, I would probably keep. I feel like you're not going to get a good return. Julio, a late first, I would take for him. Mike going to be there? No, I don't think Mike or Snacks are going. Would you trade Josh Jacobs for James Robinson? Yes. Is New Haven pizza the best since you're from Connecticut? Well, my bias would say so. And I haven't spent enough time in New York to really have an educated opinion on what's better, but I would say New Haven pizza is where it's at. All right, this hair's got to go somewhere. All right, Josh, that is the reason we're going, is what I'll say. What round pick is Claypool worth? Startup, like 5th or 6th. The rookie pick, mid-first. What school do you go to? I go to UConn, but very barely. Yo, can't hang out right now. What's up, Nave? Appreciate you. Turned down 2.7, 2.10, and 2.27 second rounds for 2 more. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I can't read all that. That is so many picks. I'm just gonna say, yeah, you were smart for saying no, but I can't read all that. You have James Robinson, but is interested in Cam Akers. What would you offer on top? James Robinson and I think a late first. Just for I don't think they're that far apart in terms of value, but I think safety-wise and playing it safe, I would be comfortable sending a first on top of James Robinson to get Cam Akers. But yeah. But yes, that's how I'm feeling. I think if Cam Akers can go through the offseason without any major additions to the backfield aside from Carlos Hyde, then I think that their value is extremely similar. But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do in Jacksonville. What happens when people steal the Pokemon thumbnails? Here's the thing, I don't care, really. I didn't create Pokemon. I just think it's disingenuous when people say that they didn't see it before I did it. Brett probably didn't see it, but the other guy I think definitely saw it. I mean, he said he saw our content and then in the same tweet said he didn't see it. So I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I don't really care. I didn't create it. Josh Allen and 208 for yes, Prescott and AJ Brown. Take that right now. I did buy the rights for Pokemon. If Pitts goes to the Falcons and Chase goes to the Bengals, who are you taking first? Pitts. I'm taking Pitts no matter what ahead of Jamar Chase, unless he goes to like the G League, and Jamar Chase goes to anywhere but the G League, as I like to call it. Yeah, 103. I'd be fine taking Najee Harris if you don't need a quarterback. I feel like he's in a tier of his own after the top 2 quarterbacks and ahead of the next 2. Should we be concerned with Josh Jacobs? Yes, you should have been concerned before Kenyon Drake got there, because although he finishes as an RB1, how many times on a weekly basis do you feel comfortable starting Josh Jacobs? That's the disconnect in football, in fantasy football. People look back a year later and like, oh, Josh Jacobs is the RB8. Yeah, and how many times out of those 16 weeks did you feel good starting him? Maybe 3 times. He's just not great to own. One quarterback dynasty startup, early second, I would say. That's what I'm saying, Eric. You just got to be concerned about Jacobs at all times. The guy smashed his head against his windshield. It's tough for him. Got this deal in the works. 102 JT and 2 2022nd. I think I would take 102 JT in the seconds. Yeah, I would take 102 and JT. He's the Tyler Lockett of running backs. Yeah, for sure. But Tyler Lockett's a little bit more like, you're probably never going to start him. But you have him anyways for whatever reason. I just want the draft to happen. I just want this year to end. I got like 2 weeks left in my semester. I have no motivation to graduate. None at all. And Miami is not going to help that whatsoever. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Okay. Thoughts on Chase Edmonds? Not a fan. He is what we thought he is. He is Deion Lewis. He is a little bit better James White. He's just always going to be a backup. Like we saw when David Johnson got hurt, like they immediately traded for Kenyon Drake that one year. I just don't think that they have confidence in him being the workhorse back no matter what they say. Offered the 101 for 102 in CD, and the kid said that it's way too much. What are your thoughts? I agree. That's way too much to give up to move down one spot. I would, in a heartbeat, take 102 in CD Lamb. Sam Darnold? Is that what you tried to type? I give up Damian Harris 2-2-2. Oof. That's very close, Amazing Frog. I would lean Miles Sanders. I would lean him very slightly. Is Connor off my board these days? No, I actually took him in an underdog best ball draft. But like in the sense of me wanting to spend any sort of capital on him, yeah. I'm not like actively drafting him, but like in the 8th or 9th round, I'll take him. Of a best ball, but not like redraft or dynasty. Connor or Edmonds? Give me Connor. Win now, 10 team, 2 quarterback, non-super flex. Quarterbacks are Hurts, Tannehill, Carr, Danny Dimes. Would you trade? No. No, you're fine with Hurts and Tannehill. Sam Darnold's value in super flex, an early second probably. 101 for 103 and 109. Give me the 103 and 109. I'm excited to see the bad draft picks I end up making. Yeah, don't take Trey Sermon, please. I beg you to not take Trey Sermon over any wide receiver inside like the top 15. But that's just me. But that is just me. MT or give me Amari's side. I think Amari and MT aren't very far off. So the fact you get Brandon Cooks on top of that, I'll take it. Would fantasy Twitter burn if the Eagles drafted a quarterback? Fantasy Twitter burns any day for any reason. So yes. 210 and 301 for Kareem Hunt. Give me Kareem Hunt. Picks 104 and 106. I'm thinking Chase at 4, Pitts at 6. What you think? Yeah, that's a good plan. I like that. You're set at running back. Paris Campbell thoughts. He had a really good week 1 before blowing out his knee. So did Sammy Watkins. I think that he'll be like high-end wide receiver 3 is his ceiling. So like nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. But he's a pretty talented player. Tannehill, Burrow, Hurts, Saquon, Elliott, Akers. Okay, were you just like showing off? Most overhyped rookie, Keith. I think Terrace Marshall. I think he's athletic, but I don't think he's great. And I think people want to say that he's great because he has a good breakout age, and that breakout age is only because he scored like 13 touchdowns. And as we all know, touchdowns aren't a reliable stat to go off of, yet it's weighed so heavily in breakout age. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that he's great. Any chance some teams draft him? No, I don't think Kyle Pitts will ever be a wide receiver. Okay, expert Mike. I think you should take quarterback for sure. You have too many good running backs to need to worry about it. Trey Sermon or Curtis Samuel? Curtis Samuel. No, I need a running back. I have Akers, Damian Harris, 101, 107, 108. Do I just punt the RB till next year? No, I would take Najee Harris. If that's one quarterback, I would take Najee Harris at 101. If it's not, I would trade back to like 103. Anyway, Teddy stays in Carolina and wins starting job. Both of those guys fucking stink. I forgot Teddy was still there, to be honest. No, I think he's terrible. I think Darnold would get more starts than Teddy because we already know what Teddy is. Sam Darnold been in a shit situation, and I feel like he needs the opportunity to provide or prove that he's anything other than garbage. Thoughts on Dalvin Cook for the upcoming season? Probably my RB2 or 3. Very good player. Gonna play like 12 games, but he'll be good in those 12. All right, I got about 5 minutes left. Do I think Devonta makes sense at 105? Nah, I'd wait a little bit longer. Probably 107, 108 range. For me, I would take ETN, Najee Harris, Pitts, Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman over him. I don't know how to count, so that's probably like 6 or 7 guys before him. Best offensive player for the Dolphins to take in the draft. Jamar Chase. Probably Jamar Chase. Or Trevor Lawrence. That's not going to happen. I'm on the Gabriel Davis hype train. Is there a Gabriel Davis hype train? I'm not on it. I don't plan on being on it anytime soon. If you had to bet what rookie receiver from the second round of rookie drafts is gonna ball this year, Elijah Moore. Big fan of Elijah Moore. Huge fan. I think I'm going to put him ahead of Rondell Moore. You can build a fantasy team around only Alabama alum or OSU alum. Who are you choosing? Probably Alabama. Got Derrick Henry at running back, Amari Cooper, Julio Jones at wide receiver, OJ Howard at tight end, Tua at quarterback. Nice mullet. Thank you. Not really a mullet, but thoughts on Darnell Mooney? Like him. Like him a lot. Difference between Gibson and Najee in draft capital? Nothing at all. I would have them back to back. Calvin Ridley as well. I forgot about him. I know Josh is an OSU fan, but yeah, I would trade 108 and 109 to move up for a running back. Or I would trade like Mixon and 108 to get to the 103. Deontay Johnson, I would sell high. A lot of people are like, oh, he had 153 targets last year. That means he's gonna be good this year. He already had 150 fucking targets, and he wasn't anything special. Well, he was like consistent, but like, what's the upside? 190 targets? Not gonna happen. I would sell him. Pure trash at running back. Have the 101, 104, 107. Assuming Najee goes at 3, what would you do with 104 and 107? I'd probably take ETN and then like Kyle Pitts. All right, I got 1 minute. Going to do some laps in the pool and hit the sauna. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll try to have fun in Miami. I'll have fun for you, Justin. Chase Claypool? Question mark. No. What about Gibson versus Dobbins versus Swift? Again, they're all in the same tier. I wouldn't pay any extra draft capital to get one. Running backs are Saquon, J.K. Gibson, Robinson. Wide receivers are Keenan, Lockett, Robinson. Who should I be looking at in a one quarterback league? What pick are you? I don't know what pick you are, Nicholas Nelson. We got 30 seconds. Get those questions in. Appreciate the work you do, man. Thank you, Tyler. Kyle Ditter. Appreciate you. Why is Kyle Trask not the quarterback 1? Because he's a tight end. 102, 105, 108. Nicholas, I would go if they fall. Najee Harris, Kyle Pitts, ETN, something like that. Where did bike originate from? I don't know. It's probably some like New Jersey slang. Have fun in Miami. It's the best here. Oh, you're from there? Great Gamesby. Awesome. Terry McLaurin and Brandon Ayuk. Hey, chill out. Terry McLaurin. All right. I'm going to have to log off. I'm going to answer these questions, though. Who wins? 103, 4, 105, 111? Give me the 105 side. Who's the wide receiver 2 for Herbert this year? Me. Kellen Mond is legit in my mind. How about you? No. 101, 104, 105, 107. Awesome. Have a nice day. Thank you. You too. Josh. All right. On that note, Josh, I'm logging off. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully, I'll have a video out for you guys next Wednesday, but next week is going to be very hectic. So I don't know if I'm going to put out like any sort of content anywhere. But Nick will have some content. I assure you of it. But that's it. We'll catch you guys sometime soon. Peace.